Hello world, my name is Keon, and today I'm going to show you how to make a censorship material. This is thickness. I didn't really make her. I used an app called Make Human, which is free to make her, and I posted it in Unreal, which I just learned how to do for the whole purpose of making this tutorial and clickbaity thumbnail. However, for the duration of this tutorial, we're not going to focus on thickness over here. We're going to focus on this chair. Damn, look at that sexy ass chair. So what we want to do is create a material that will censor out this chair because it's obviously extremely provocative and we should be not allowing this to be viewed anywhere inside Japan. So first thing we want to do is we want to drag out a cylinder. This is going to be our censorship object. You can create a post-process material that will censor out the whole screen or parts of the screen if you're that advanced, but because we're not that advanced, we're just going to make a material that will censor out everything behind this cylinder. So let's go down here and just make a new material. I'm just going to call this guy Censor. He's going to be our base, and while I'm here I'm just going to create a material instance of him because there's going to be parameters that I'd like to change. We'll get to that later. Very easy to do. So we got a material instance. So first thing we want to do is go up into this bad boy, and under the material settings, which you can access just by clicking the background and going to the side, we want to leave this as surface because he's going to be on the surface of a mesh. The blend mode is going to be translucent. I learned this from an example that Epic provided, so this is not all me. And I'm going to change the shading model to unlit because A, it doesn't really need to be lit, and B, unlit is a lot faster to render. Now keep in mind this process doesn't seem to work on mobile. So if you're trying to censor mobile, it won't work. And two-sided, just for the sake of, being careful. So first thing I want to do is add a number to this opacity, just to be sure. I don't know if it does or not. I just never gave it a chance. You know what? I don't think it does it. So let's ignore that for now. Let's ignore that and set the emissive to scene color. Now there's two ways to do this, but only one way it's going to work. If you're working with post-process effects, use scene texture. But for some reason, the scene color from this node won't work. So since we're using a material that isn't a post-process effect, even though it kind of is, we're going to use scene color. So what this will do is that this will take the scene color and pass it through the material. So let's go ahead and save that and see how that looks so far. I bet it looks amazing. Alright, so, nope. Oh wait, no, I didn't apply anything. That's why. So let's go ahead and add our sensor instant to this cylinder. So now our cylinder is still there. It's just passing through whatever it wants. So our cylinder is here. It's clear. Get used to it because we're going to be looking at it for a while. So here's it. Here's what it looks like unaltered. Now the next part is, again, not something that I discovered. It was something I learned from a tutorial on how to make a post-process effect look like a Game Boy in Unreal. I'll try to link to that in the comments or even annotate. I don't know. See where my mind goes. So first thing we want to do is we want to add a parameter, a scalar parameter, by holding the S key and making sure that you click the background. And don't let go of the S key so you could get errors like that. We're just going to call this scale. And then the next thing we want to do is add the screen position. So the screen position is a cool node because it aligns the it's basically like UV coordinates for your screen. So let's go ahead and in fact, let's show it. See what the color's changing based on where the actual node is. It's a pretty cool node. I like it. And let's see. Yeah, very cool node. Me gusto. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take our screen position and divide it by our scale. So let's hold down D, take screen position, and divide by scale, and boom. We're going to set this to 1 by default. And then save. And now here's the reason why I added a material instant to it, so we could just change this crap instantly. Let's can we close this window? Yes, we can. No, we can't. You suck. Anyways, so when I go down here and I change the scale, you'll see that it kind of offsets by quite a bit. If you go negative, you're just going to see the face of God. Don't do that. Always go positive when you're using this technique. So we're kind of getting it. It's not exactly what we want yet, but it's kind of there. If we go extremely high, you'll see that it just scales out. It just blurs out everything. So if you just want to blur out everything, that's one way to do it. Kind of messy, but hey, it works. Sometimes gaming is messy. So next thing we want to do is we want to make this kind of pixelated. So let's set this back to 1. Go back into our main material and get out of here. So how can we do that? Let's stop previewing you first and divide. Well, he's already being divided. Next thing we do is we want to floor this, so that way anything, floor is basically rounding down, so nothing is going to be an integer value anymore. We want this to just be solid, a float value anymore, my bad. Everything's going to be a solid integer value. So we're going to crank you into this, and then let's see what happens then. I'm doing this step by step because I'm also trying to learn this. I don't exactly understand how this works, but you know what? It's awesome. So here we have the same material. Now, I think I did this already. So notice how like when I'm 1.1, 1.2, it doesn't do anything, but as soon as I hit above 2, it actually changes, and so forth and so forth. So 3, nothing, and blah, blah, blah. So I'm guessing that this is the technique it uses to kind of figure out how to block off pixels, etc., etc. I'm wrong about everything I'm saying, so leave a comment about why I'm wrong, and hopefully you all learn something. Next thing we want to do, just for safety purposes, mask this out. I'm not going to do that because this is just a red and green input anyway. I don't see any blue, so it's not going to make a huge difference. Alright, so with that in mind, let's multiply our screen position by our floored scalar value. And then from there, we want to make sure we floor the screen position as well. In fact, I'm pretty sure, let's check this out. Without doing anything else, just put your screen position into a floor and then see what happens. So let's save. And it's kind of working. Kind of not, but kind of is. Yeah, really not working at all. And it looks like it's actually bugging down. Awesome. Alright, so let's not do that. Let's just go ahead and follow the tutorial like we were meant to do, because it's taking too long already. Alright, so floor that, multiply that by that, and then by the magic of everything Unreal, we're going to have our... See that? I don't even know exactly how that works, but it's a fun thing to do if you're just trying to censor out things, for like, let's say you have a game where you play a character that runs around the city destroying chaos, causing chaos with like a 3-foot long purple dildo. That'd be perfect for this. So let's get back to thickness over here. And so again, we have like 3 strategically placed boxes, 2 over her breast and 1 over her box. And so we're just going to add the material that we just made. And boom. I said boom before we even did it. Boom. So, and because these are geometrical shapes, they're going to work outside. They're going to work like depending, just like any other geometric shape. If you can see it, it's going to work. But if you can't see it, it's not going to work right. Now, see, this is why we set it to 2-sided, because now we're inside of the mesh, and it's censoring everything outside of the mesh, but it's not censoring what's in the mesh. So it's something to get creative with, play around with. I like it. Hopefully you like it too. Thank you for watching. Till next time.